With a new world number one and a caddie qualifying for a PGA Tour event, we have plenty to discuss this week. My name is Graham Curry and this is episode 6 of the Weekly Golf Rundown. Impressive Spaniard Jon Rahm has now overtaken Rory McIlroy in the official World Golf Rankings with his 10th PGA Tour win at the Memorial Tournament at Jack's Place. Funny enough, he carded a 3 over 75 in the final round, but the conditions were just brutal, with the greens running I think 13 or 14 in the Stimpmeter, and it was literally impossible to hold the greens. So great win for Jon Rahm, and that takes him to the summit of the World Golf Rankings. This number one spot has been very changeable over the past few years, with the likes of Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, and now Jon Rahm holding that number one spot. There hasn't really been a dominant figure in the game of golf. Maybe looking back to the likes of Jordan Spieth's run in 2014 or 2015, or maybe McIlroy's emergence in the likes of 2012 when someone really put a foothold in that number one spot. But I think it's just the level of competition and the number of people that are just such high level now that it's very difficult for one individual to look ahead of the field. I think our game is nearly waiting for that next star, and it could be the likes of Colin Morikawa or Matthew Wolff that lays claim to that number one spot, but that's yet to be seen. This week on the PGA Tour sees the players head to TPC Twin Cities to play the 3M Open. I'm recording this on Sunday, so currently Michael Thompson is leading on 15 under par, but you've got the likes of Charles Schwartzel, Tony Finau, who finished off pretty strongly last night. It's actually not that stacked a field. Matthew Wolff sitting on 10 under par. So you've got a couple of good players. I would fancy Tony Finau in that position. He's only 2 behind the lead. So my bet's on Finau for tonight. A cool story coming out of this week is that caddie Aaron Crawford, who usually caddies for Martin Traynor on the PGA Tour, has actually qualified for this week's event after shooting an incredible 63 in the Monday qualifier. Now, while he isn't at the top of the leaderboard, the odds of him winning this week were 750 to 1, which ironically is better odds than the player he actually caddies for. So yeah, an incredible achievement, and the first I've ever heard of a caddie qualifying for a PGA Tour event. Through just checking the scores here, he shot 1 over par for his 2 rounds, shooting a 69 and a 74, but his boss actually shot significantly worse, shooting 8 over par with 275. So there could be a role reversal between player and caddie within the next few weeks. But Aaron, the caddie, has said that his intentions is to reach the PGA Tour, so it doesn't surprise me that he's played this well. And look out for him in PGA Tour events to come. US President Donald Trump is never far away from the headlines. However, he's actually made a bit of news in the golf world this week, as he has denied allegations of asking for the British Open to be held at his golf resort Turnberry. Several sources from the US say that he has requested to speak to the British government about this, but at the minute Trump denies all these allegations.
What I say is what I say.
The last time the Open was held at his resort Turnberry, prior to him actually owning the resort, was when Tom Watson fell narrowly short, losing in a playoff to American player Stuart Sink. While the British Open was cancelled last week, that was meant to be held in Royal St George's, it was pretty cool what the R&A did, as they held a virtual Open Championship in which they put all the best players from the past 40 to 50 years together to play in a virtual tournament held over 4 days. Of course, the GOAT, Jack Nicklaus, came out on top, shooting 17 under par over the 4 days, and it was closely followed by Tiger Woods. While this was really cool and it was nearly like a football manager version of the British Open, I think we're all looking forward to the real Open coming back next year at Royal St George's. Finally to end, while Phil Mickelson has never been short of creativity, this took things to the next level as he used the Texas wedge from 80 yards out to try and find the putting surface.
Book of World Records, 135 yards. This only 78 yards.
Now, while this is a common approach in links golf whenever the grass is much shorter and tighter, especially here in the UK, I don't know what his logic was behind putting through thick parkland grass. However, his approach seems to have worked pretty well, racking up as many wins and majors as he has so far, so who am I to say?
This shot is fun.
That's everything for this week's Weekly Golf Roundup. Thanks for watching the video. If you did like it, please feel free to like and subscribe. As I mentioned, I'm aiming to create some course vlogs coming up very soon. I'm just waiting for this Irish weather to turn around, as it's been a bit bleak as of recent. But yeah, thanks very much for watching the video, and as always, stay informed, stay safe, and play well.